Android Studio. Calculate the tip. Starter app overview. The Tip Time app has a calculate button, but it doesn't work yet. The cost of service edit text allows the user to enter the cost of the service. A list of radio buttons allow the user to select a tip percentage. And switch allows users choose whether tips should be rounded up. The tip amount is displayed in the text view. And eventually the calculate button will tell the app to get the data from the other fields and calculate the tip amount. Application project structure. An application project in an IDE consists of many parts, including Kotlin code, XML layouts, and other resources such as strings and images. Before making changes to the application, it is a good idea to familiarize yourself with the environment. Open the TipTime project in Android Studio. Select the Android view from the drop-down list. Java folder for Kotlin files, or Java files. Main activity, class where all of the Kotlin code for the tip calculator logic will go. Residential folder for app resources. Activity_main.xml, layout file for your Android app. Strings.xml, contains string resources for your Android app. Gradle scripts folder. Gradle is an automated build system used by Android Studio. Whenever you change code, add resources, or make other changes to the application, Gradle will figure out what has changed and perform the necessary steps to rebuild the application. It also installs the application in an emulator or on a physical device and controls its execution. View binding. To calculate the tip, the code needs to access all interface elements to read the user's input. You need to enable view binding for your application in Gradle and make some code changes. Enable view binding. 1. Open the app's build.gradle file, Gradle scripts, build.gradle, module, tip_time.app. 2. In the Android section, add these lines of code. Note the message Gradle files have changed since last project sync. 3. Press Sync now. After a few moments, you should see the following message appear at the bottom of the Android Studio window: Gradle sync finished. Initialize the bound object. 1. Open mainActivity.kt. Replace all existing code for the mainActivity class with the following code to set up mainActivity to use view binding. This line of code declares a top-level variable in the class for the bound object. The variable is defined at this level because it will be used in several methods of the mainActivity class. 2. These lines of code initialize the binding object, which you will use to access views in the activity_main.xml layout. 3. Sets the content view of the activity. This line of code specifies binding.root, the root of the view hierarchy in the application.